Welcome to lesson 4. Today we are going to make rolls and cinnamon rolls. 230 grams of water, 2 teaspoons of yeast, a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of olive oil, and a tablespoon of butter. I am using ghee over here. Love some ghee. And about 5 grams of salt. I am using sea salt. Mix it all up to break it up a little bit. Room temperature water is fine. Adding in 330 grams of whole wheat flour. I didn't have any bread flour, so I decided to use whole wheat flour. If you're using bread flour or all-purpose flour, reduce the water a little bit. I will put the details down in the description. So we're gonna keep mixing the dough till everything is hydrated. Just keep going. There's plenty of water. As it comes together, you are going to notice that it's going to just be nice and soft, and you can just form it into a ball. What we're going to do here is we're going to leave it to sit on the counter for just 10 minutes. Wheat has a tendency to absorb moisture, so after 10 minutes we're going to come back and knead it. Flour your surface. As always, do not overflour, because remember, as you knead, you're picking up that extra flour, so you don't want it to be a stiff bread. Make it a practice to dust your fingers when you're kneading. It helps to not use so much flour on your surface. So with the kneading, you bring together and you push away. Refer to lesson 3 for a slower pace on how to knead. Bring it in, push it away. Kneading for about 10 to 12 minutes is enough for what we're doing, because our dough is small. And the reason why we're kneading this bread is because I want us to strengthen our dinner rolls and cinnamon rolls, just to give it a little bit of strength so it doesn't fall apart. I am putting a little bit of olive oil in the bowl so the dough does not stick as it rises, and it'll be easier to release. We're going to let it rise for an hour. Cover and let it rise for an hour, and we'll be back to shape it into rolls and cinnamon rolls. Nicely risen after an hour. I just love the smell of the dough mixed with the yeast. It's just beautiful. Okay, so now prepare your pan. I'm putting parchment paper in mine and some butter on the edges. Punch down the dough to let the excess air out, and we're going to fold it back in to give it some more strength. And then we're going to flip it onto our surface and cut them into 2 and shape. Let's make the filling for the cinnamon rolls. So basically I'm using 2 tablespoons of sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now this one is up to you. Just don't put in too much sugar and too much cinnamon. First, it will leak, and second, the sugar will crystallize, and it's not pleasant to eat that. Soft and tender dough, and we're going to divide it into 2. Eyeball it and just fill it in your palms. You can pretty much tell if one is heavier than the other. It's a good practice to just eyeball and use your hands to measure things. Once you become a pro at it, it just comes like second nature. Okay, so we're going to make 4 rolls. So you grab one piece like that, and then you put your fingers underneath it and you bring it towards yourself and twist it around. So you bring it and you push it to your right. You hold it and push it to your right. Hold and push to your right. And as you push it to the right, it's going to form a ball. And then you flip it and gather all of it into a point, and then you roll that point to make it into an even tighter ball. Let's do it again. I am getting rid of some excess so the balls are even. And you can feel it while you're doing it. Once you start rolling it, you can tell when one is bigger than the other. And the best way is to take it off. Otherwise, you're going to have rolls, uneven rolls. Now, if you want them to be perfect rolls, hey, put them on the scale, divide them up on the scale. That's another way too. I am moving slower so you can see what I'm doing. When you put rolls in your baking pan, do not leave huge spaces. You need the support to rise up together. If you leave huge spaces, they're going to rise flat and you won't get that beautiful rounded roll. For the cinnamon rolls, you want to roll out your dough into a rectangular shape. You don't want to roll it out thick, and you don't want to roll it out thin, but roll it in between. All the layers are going to rise at the same time in the baking pan, so you don't want to roll them too thick or too thin. You just want them to be right so they're even. Spread some room temperature butter on the surface of your dough. This is going to help not just with flavor, but also to help the cinnamon and sugar stick. Leave a little space around the edges so your filling doesn't ooze out. Time to spread the cinnamon. Take your time. There's no perfect way. Just be aware of the edges, that's all. Let's spread it out evenly. And then it will be time to roll it. Gently roll it. Now you're gonna roll it and tuck back just a bit, barely. Don't tear your dough. Just gently do it. Easy does it. Gently go around and pinch up any open spaces. And some people cut it off, but since we're practicing, no need to waste dough. Just tuck it in, close up the space so that your filling doesn't ooze out. I'm gonna eyeball and cut it up into 4 pieces. They don't have to be even. Just make it as rustic as you can and practice as you go. Fill in the empty space around the cinnamon roll so it doesn't rise flat. So the parchment paper will stop it from going flat and force it to go up, because my pan was bigger than my rolls. Okay, so we're going to cover this and let it rise for about an hour. Then we'll pop it in the oven, 375 for 25 to 30 minutes. Just look at that rise. Delish already. This one decided to go for a walk. It will still be delicious. Nothing like freshly baked cinnamon rolls and dinner rolls. I am brushing some ghee on top. If you don't have ghee, no worries. Use butter, honey, maple syrup, not pancake syrup, maple syrup. Anything that you want to put on there to make it luscious and more delicious. It's all yours. All right, my friends, this is the end of lesson 4. Come back for lesson 5. You will love that one. Until next time, keep baking and bon appetit.